that is and what that's about, so I don't need to answer that. Okay, so we're all good there. That's still going. And we're already up to this point. It's a nice thing about the sprayer. It does power the sprayer. It does have a good width. So, yeah, at the end of the day, I would say fostering kids is a very fulfilling role. But there is going to be stress. And we've done the stress and what have you, but right now it's sort of, we're kind of getting to the point in life where we want at least a little bit of stability. We're still considering adopting at least for another year or two, which is why we went on the interview on Wednesday. It's basically a social services, it's basically a private company that works with various social services agencies that specialises in government adoptions. So kids that have had kids whose parents have had their parental rights terminated and the kid is now a permanent ward of the state. And they do a much better job because it's all they do. And I think it was maybe the Hale team said last week that most agencies get paid by the number of kids they're processing through the foster care system. Now you get a lump sum payment when you place in adoption, but it's a one-time payment and it happens when the adoption goes through. Whereas foster care is, a stipend from the government every month for every kid that is in your care, or every week for every kid that's in your care. So you want as many kids as you can get to increase the agency's income. And because adoption kind of sets a term limit on that income, this kid is currently in foster care, you're getting paid, but the kid needs to be adopted out. As soon as they're adopted out, that's income the agency doesn't get. Well, the agency we're working with doesn't want to do foster care because it is a lot of hassle, and they're only a small operation. But they work with the other social services units in the area to basically say, when a kid is ready for, is ordered to be adopted, we can take that paperwork off your hands, so you don't have to worry about the running around getting all the I's crossed and the T's dotted or whatever you do with those. And consequently the parents they work with are far more happy with the service. And that's why we're switching, because we kind of don't want to be in the foster care anymore. Our house has been trashed enough. We had a brand new kitchen installed, and within weeks of it being complete, I'm having to go around and install child locks on every single door. And we needed clutter on the countertops because the kids would climb up on the countertops in order to get into the upper cabinets. And sort of, this isn't working. So not only have we decided to move for various reasons now, already talked about, we're actually considering building our own house. Buying some land and building a house. Which is, wow, we're really going to do this? And we'll probably end up using the contractor who's been, no, you don't, keep going, who did the work. We had a new patio installed last year, along with the back door, so we now have an exit on the main floor of the house that doesn't involve walking out onto a deck. You can actually get out of the house onto firm ground. Yeah, that's not going to be stressful. That's exactly what I was thinking this morning about. Moving home, that's not stressful. I did that 3 times in 1 year, yeah? Or in one, not necessarily, not 1 calendar year, but 1 12-month period. I moved 4 times. And yeah, that wasn't stressful. By the last time I moved, I lived out of cardboard boxes for about 6 months and then figured, okay, I'm going to be here for a while, so I'll not have to worry about it quite so much. But I mean, all the moving we've done has been from the UK to California, and we rented for about 2 years, and then we bought a place. And then we got relocated to Texas, so we sold that house and moved everything to Texas. And then the company we worked for in Texas decided to get rid of me, and then they went under, and so my wife lost her job too, and so we relocated to Michigan. So it's not like, moving is stressful. Moving 400 miles is, we kind of got that down. We can do that. And at this point, we're only looking to move 20, 30 miles from where we're currently positioned. But we do know we don't want a gated community, we don't want HOA fees, we don't want condo fees, we don't want a private road where little Hitlers dictating what everybody else does and charging over the odds, over the going rate to do it as a favour. That's not a favour, that's screwing your neighbours over. And one of the things we've figured out, the number of houses we've lived in, the California home was about 1,650 square feet, and it had some nice things about it, and it had some not so great things about it. It had a huge living room, and the tiny TV we'd been using in the rental until that point was sort of, I think there's a TV at the other end of the room. No idea what the people that seem to be on the screens are saying, because the volume was completely inadequate for the room size, and so we actually went out and bought a big 56-inch rear projection TV screen and a 5.1 surround sound system, so you could actually sit on the couch at the other end of the living room and see what was going on the TV show you were watching and hear it, which was kind of novel. And we kind of figured, we don't need a 25-30 foot living room. The kitchen was great, although it was underdeveloped. It was on the back of the garage, and more than 50% of it was the back of the house, and an entire wall was undeveloped, and so eventually we got that developed so that entire wall became more cabinetry space and more counter space. And then we got relocated to Texas we didn't do much at, and we had a 3,500 square foot home, and we're not going to do a house that big. It's a nice dream to have a big home, but there is so much cleaning to do, and when there's 2 of you, you're not using much more than 20% of the house. We realise it's expensive, and it's work. It's more work than needs to be done for 2 people living together. We did actually talk about foster care at that point, but we weren't really. I could see the writing on the wall with the company we work for. That what the practices this company is doing are not ideal, and this company may not survive. And when it didn't, I wasn't surprised. So then we moved to Michigan, we bought this house, and this house is a nice enough layout. The issues I have is that the garage is downstairs, so you come in from the garage into the fully furnished basement, but you then have to cart all of the groceries up the stairs. And I'm kind of getting to the point where, hey, if I can walk out of the garage into the kitchen like the home we had in California, that's really convenient, because you unload the car, you drop the bags inside the door to the house, and pretty much empty them all into wherever they need to go inside the kitchen. And you don't have to. The Texas house, the garage was on the exact opposite corner to the kitchen, so you had to cart everything from the garage all the way across to the other side of the house to drop it off in the kitchen. So I kind of like the idea of the kitchen is, are you finished, or are you yeah, you're not finished. Yes, what was I saying? So I like the idea of having the garages, the garage entrance is right where the kitchen is, on the same floor as the kitchen. I don't want to be climbing upstairs. If I can avoid it. And if we build our own house, then I can avoid it, because I can specify in the plans that the kitchen and garage are adjacent. There's various other features. If we build a house, we'll be able to wire it up with a wired network, so that each room has a data port or a twin data port. We'll be able to plug computer devices into them. I mean, our TV watching, although we have cable TV and we've had satellite TV in the past, we stream most of the content we watch, whether it be from even Netflix or Hulu. So having a cheap tablet which has an HDMI output that includes sound as part of that output, you can plug a nice TV into a little laptop, get yourself a remote mouse and keyboard, and stream TV that way. So any room with a TV, we usually have a tiny laptop next to it, so that we can stream anything. You can then stream, you're not limited to, well, I can stream last night's ABC family comedy. I can actually stream last night's Arthur stream, or whatever. So it actually opens up your watching potential. I don't have to watch the Arthur stream sat in an office chair. I can watch the Arthur stream on the sofa. Okay, that dark patch there. Oh no, this is... okay, this is oilseed radish. We haven't even started this field yet. Where are we? So we did one. Oh, we got 33 to do, and then we're done. 34, 1 and 38 were grass fields, or a new grass field, so we have to go around them again before late spring. And we'll probably have a room specifically for our PCs as a sort of an official office. We'll put a closet in there so that whoever takes the home after we die can use it as a bedroom if they want to. Although the office will be set up with extra data ports and more power outlets than a normal one. And we'll be able to do things like specify a whole home generator, put preparation in for things like solar power if we design. So helper K has finished their task. I'm guessing that's the sprayer, and he's reached a part of the field that is cut off from the other part. So it's over here. That should be good. We will turn the spreader on, we will start driving, and then we'll tell the driver to take over on the move. Somewhere. Here we are. So how did you do? You actually did the whole of that top end. That's nice. And engines on. About a third of a tank left. So let's cut this through. And then we will check the edge of the field at this side. So we want to run down there, get that finished. And Jamie Poacher, welcome to the stream and thank you for the follow. How are you doing this nice Saturday morning? With tales of grief and woe while fertilising fields in Farm Sim 17 and waiting for the cows to grow. Cows aren't growing yet because it's spring, and sheep grow in the spring, pigs grow in the spring, more pigs. But we are going to be talking to realtors over the coming weeks, obviously, to find out how much is our house worth. Which I think we bought for about $82,000, and our neighbours, the younger ones who we liked, moved out last year, and their house is similar size and layout to ours, and they got over $300,000 for theirs. So potentially we have a lot of money tied up in this. Or we don't have a lot of money tied up in this place. We have $82,000 tied up in this place, but we have an awful lot of profit. Potentially, but we need to find out exactly how much. Ooh, lots of people joining us. Good morning, everybody. Oops, too much. Slightly. Hopefully that'll fill the rest of it out. Okay, so let's study the other side of this field. There's two patches there. Oh, it didn't manage to do the entirety of that back stretch either. So I'll probably have to do that manually, I guess. We're full? We're full. Let's go. Although that could be Jammy Poacher. And Mrs. Osa is up. What is the time? Coming on 10 o'clock. And turn the mic off for a couple of seconds. I'll be talking shortly. Okay, so we are going to be cutting the stream shortly. There is a memorial service this morning, which is what the phone calls were about. And I need to have some breakfast and a shower before that. I need to push my buttons. Okay, push the go button and go. So set him running. He's going to stop when he gets to the other end, though, I think. And we'll do some. Oh, he's doing a completely different field. We need to... Are we on the right field? That's the tank. Let's go back to the order. So we got close to an hour and a half. Oh, let's close off the field. Close that. So yeah. So we probably won't finish the fertilising today. We've played about, I want to say, probably about an hour and 45 minutes all told. And we're well into the fertilising. I probably won't do anything with the oilseed radish for a couple of days here. So most of the next few days is going to be taken up with feeding animals or taking these trucks to the store. Because we're running short on solid fertiliser. We are going to need some later for the grass and for the fields that are covered in oilseed radish. I think we're doing that field there, so we'll stop right there. Oh no, we won't stop right there. We need to be parked by the trees, because that's the side of the truck that the order's on. So that stops there. We can turn that off. Let's go and see how the spray is doing. He's working through the field quite nicely. So a couple of missed bits on the corners. Oh, he got to there and then turned around. So once he's finished this bit's fairly square. There might be a little bit missed on the end, and we'll have to do the top end of the field, and then that one's completely done for the year. So one thing it's what I like about seasons is if you get the work done as soon as you can get it done, you end up with where is it? Let's go back one screen. So we've got all of our cereal fields are fully fertilized now. We're not going to be able to harvest them for 2, 3, 4, 5 more months. So we've got 5 more months of not having to do anything on these fields. The fields we do have to worry about are the ones with oilseed radish. We're going to be planting soybeans and soybeans and corn. We can't do that for 2 months. So effectively 3 more days and nights. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 more nights before we can actually start planting the soybeans and corn. So yeah, probably day 3 or 4 we'll start doing the cultivating of the oilseed radish and spreading the manure or slurry on the fields, that type of thing. But again, not a big rush, because it's not everything we need to do. So we've got to find stuff to do for the next pretty much 2 days. And what I might do is start looking at the contracts. We own 7. So we could look at 6, we could look at 35, we could look at 36, and actually do some contracts on these 3 fields. Now I'm probably guessing that one's already cultivated, that one's already cultivated, that one's already planted. So we missed out on the ploughing. These 2 have seeding to do, but we can get to doing fertilizing contracts on these 3 fields, potentially some more, which will reduce their costs. Let's go visit that one. So this one's already as cheap as I can get it, 443,000. But if I do the fertilizing on these fields, what do you want to plant on this, by the way? Ready for seed. It doesn't say what type of seed he wants. It's usually wheat, but yeah, we can plant that. Yeah, we can plant that field or not. It doesn't matter. We've already got it at full discount. This field not at full discount, so planting this field would be beneficial because it will increase our standing with the dude, and the price will come down a bit. And then we're going to do three rounds of fertilization there, and this field here already planted. He wants, and he's the same dude, but he wants it. That's interesting. You're gonna give me one of those, and one of those. What you're not giving me is the carriage, the wagon that goes on. That's a problem. But anyway, we could do this. We can get 3 rounds of he's got barley in there. Okay. We could get 3 rounds of fertilizer on it, so that at the end of the year, if we buy the fields, they're fully fertilized and we're getting a good crop. We're just losing out on the field hasn't been ploughed yet, and we'll have to plough it ourselves next year, except we're not planning to do next year. The expectations are, the reason this farm is still going, in spite of the fact Farm Sim 19 has been out so long, is because we have not completed the cow breeding achievement, and it's the only achievement I don't have. And I think there's 1, maybe 2 cows, so from the first day of summer we're going to start producing cows and hopefully get that achievement completed. And then we'll probably play through to the fall, sell all our crops and everything else, and see how good the farm looks. I forget. Let's look around. Oh, this is the big huge field. This is the field that started life as 4 smaller fields within a fenced area. And the very first year I just ploughed it all together. So it's a huge field. And typically rotated between barley and canola, because barley is a very popular crop in Scotland. So you're doing your thing. Oh, actually, let's... okay, there's 1 egg in the coop. We don't have to worry about that. So at this point, it's coming on almost 10 o'clock. I need to eat some food and go to a memorial service. So I'm going to wish you all a good weekend, have fun, and I'll be back possibly tomorrow, but definitely next week with some more streams according to the schedule below. But for now, I'm out of here. Have fun.